Welcome back to another installment of what is this called? The High School Perspective. We're joined again by Andrew Paul and a new person. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Chris Fung, and I'm Vietnamese.
Yeah, Chris is a junior like all of us. And yeah, he's replacing Miggy for today. So today, the topic of discussion is life in quarantine, life before quarantine, and how we make the how we made the transition between school and then virtual class now. So, our first question is: when we were in school, did we expect quarantine to happen?
No, I didn't think COVID-19 would ever get this bad. I don't know. For a while, it was just a lot of it was obviously all over the news, and there was I still remember when the first case got to the U.S. I was like, dang, I wonder how fast it's gonna spread. But I never thought it'd get to this point, you know. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So at first when I heard about it, I was led on to the idea that the virus was it was a common cold, and I didn't think it would affect us teens as much as other people until Andrew said when it reached the US, I'm like, oh, it's actually affecting us. And then I realized that although teens, we might not be really affected by the virus as much, we could bring it home to our parents or grandparents, so those weaker than us. And that's when I realized it was really serious.
Yeah. Adding on to that, I didn't really think it would be that serious, but I mean, I really thought it was just gonna be a one-time thing, just it's gonna be gone really fast. But it's crazy how fast things change in a matter of weeks, you know.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I completely agree. I had no idea what to expect really, just because we had never really had anything like this before in the history of I guess us being alive, and then also our parents were saying this never happened while they were around our age, or that's what my mom had told me, this is literal history. This will be in your textbooks one day. So it's pretty crazy to think about that we're young enough to experience this while we're in high school, and yeah, we just hope now that it doesn't carry on and stop us from the rest of I guess next school year too, because at this rate we're not really sure how fast it'll end, and how long it will keep going. So our next question is, were we and other high schoolers disappointed about the cancellation of school, or were we more relieved because we knew that that COVID-19 had gotten sort of out of hand, or very out of hand?
It's a mix of both. I mean, I was happy. I was really happy because I didn't have to wake up anymore. You know, it's once you go to school every morning, then again it hits you again. It's damn, I'm not going to see my friends again. There's definitely a connection between school that we all have, and once that's school is basically it's part of you, of who you are, and having taken that away from you is removing a piece of who you are, kind of. No, I think that's pretty much it.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I speak for most people, because school is what we grew up with. Although everyone says they hate school, school is helped us grow to who we are. And and there's a lot of things that got canceled as well, like prom. I'm in choir. I'm in this group called ACAP, and we had this tour that got canceled to Washington DC, and I know a lot of people were bummed out about it, especially seniors. And I don't know, it made me feel good that I didn't have to do as much work as in school. But then I realized school is it's literally my future, when I want to go to college and stuff. Yeah.
I'm kind of I definitely had mixed feelings about it when I heard we're gonna be having like shelter in place, and like I don't know, like there's a part of me that's like, dang, I don't ever like have to get up early again. Like even the Zoom calls that we have for class aren't like, at least for me, like they aren't until like late morning or like afternoon. So it's kind of like a lot better that I get to sleep in. But like then again, I'm not seeing like anyone else besides like family. Like I've been able to see like one or two friends, but like nothing compared to like what my usual life was. And I miss you guys too. Like
Yeah.
I've also wondered about like when I'm able to see the boys again, like what it's gonna feel like to actually like dap someone up again. Because like
Exactly.
I don't know, like I feel like I'm gonna lose like the feeling of like
The
you know
muscle memory.
compliment.
Yeah.
I want to like mess up like like trying to shake someone's hand. So
That's
excuse my
funny.
friend. But
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why I brought this question up is because I think while school was still in session, there was a lot of debate about whether or not the government would shut down schools in the area, and how like that would affect I guess every classroom and students in general, because I know like even now like still I think a lot of senior parents are like, and seniors probably are upset about the whole, oh, this is their last year, they can have the prom, they can have their graduation. I can't speak for seniors because of course we're all juniors, but they have to understand at some point that this is it's bigger than themselves, and it's bigger than the whole country really, because this is it didn't even start in this country, which is pretty incredible to think about how it came so far. So I think for students there was kind of a like a half and a half side, like two different sides. One was disappointed that school was being canceled because they didn't think that it was such a big deal, but then the other was relieved because they knew more about the situation, and I think that they had done more of the research. So I would say that I was relieved that school was canceled, but I was relieved because I knew that COVID-19 had been getting out of hand. So,
Yeah.
so then one of you guys had mentioned that we have like the Zoom calls now. I was Andrew, I think. We have the Zoom calls now for our classrooms instead of actually being in a physical classroom. So my question is, what was the transition like from a regular classroom environment to virtual class on Zoom or Google Hangouts or any kind of?
Well, at least for me in my classes, like they really didn't give us any like a gap or like any time to like learn how these new like Google Classroom, Zoom, whatever website. Like my history teacher's not even using Google Classroom. It's kind of annoying. But, like they didn't really give us time to figure out how it all works. And they just started like piling up work like they normally would, like if the school year was just going like normally.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm a little used to it now. And obviously we're on break, but break's about to be over, and I haven't really gotten to but I feel like uh at least for me, and I can bet most of like a lot of the people at CV, like the teacher should have done a better job like with the transition, like
Yeah.
in terms of like the amount of work. And yeah.
Um, in my own experience for Zoom calls, it doesn't like it's not similar to like being actually in school at all, like zero, because it's not optional at all. Half the time in the Zooms, there's like not even half the class in there, and like people don't really like pay attention, and like it's just like not the same. And like as for work, they like assign a lot, but like when they teach, like it doesn't even like compare to like in a live classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew and Chris basically said it all, but I personally, I mean, for most of my classes, I've probably used like Zoom 3 times, and we just use like Google Classroom mostly. But I personally think that Zoom is not as effective because like teachers only use it to like for kids to like ask questions, and most kids, like they're not gonna ask questions like wake up like I'm gonna hop on a Zoom call just to ask a question. Like no one's gonna do that unless you're like that one kid. But I don't think we were prepared to use like any uh like Zoom in general, maybe Google Classrooms, but they started throwing like a lot of like homework at us. I think that was very overwhelming too, because like people started stressing out like how am I gonna like get this done for this class and then this class and then this class, you know. So there was like no structure behind everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I guess the transition for me was, I guess it just felt different. Like this is the first time anything, this is the first time I think Google Classroom has really been like a source to go to, like for your homework and for all like your lessons and stuff. So, like it's okay for us because we obviously have access to the internet, but like for other people I think it's more difficult because they don't have that kind of access to the internet and to like I think Chromebooks were like being like used like to borrow or something for a certain period of
Yeah.
time, and I didn't really know how I felt about that, but it makes sense, but it's it's just hard, and I think that for people at our school it's okay, but I don't think they're taking the Google Classroom as seriously, um, because of the fact that the teachers are assigning I think way too much because I don't know, I guess I feel obligated to. I don't think that it's that necessary right now. So yeah, it's just hard.
Yeah, and
Um,
like also the fact that like the work is like it's pass or fail and you only do it for credit. Like I'm in two advanced like AP and honors classes, and they decided to not give us any boost at all. And like
Exactly.
for me to work throughout the year, and like I was improving, and for them to tell us that you won't be getting your credit at all, that just like made me lose motivation to do homework and classwork
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Hmm. And that was exactly my next question. It was how do we feel about the fourth quarter being pass or fail?
I think that's stupid. I really think that's stupid because juniors especially, like the whole reason for juniors for us to push ourselves. And I feel like a lot of us took risks in like the classes that we chose, knowing that we would like have to like work really hard in order to earn those credits. And for that to be taken away. And for people that like some people, they're probably like doing better and like improving themselves like from in like second semester, and like for them to like not receive the credit they deserve, it's not the funnest thing, it's not the best thing. And also when you're applying to college and stuff, it doesn't really help you in any way because it's just like credit or no credit. Like there's nothing behind that to support you. So like when we're writing our application, like here as seniors, whatever you're gonna put, like yeah, we got credit, and then no credit or no credit. There's literally nothing behind that. If you took an honors class, you don't get the credit for that. You don't get a boost for that. So I mean, it's ridiculous to be honest.
Yeah.
I pretty much agree with Paul. Like, I'm also in, like two AP's honors classes, and like they don't feel like crazy. Like, I'm definitely not as bad as like other AP classes, but like there was still motivation to work hard because like I knew that if I did, then I'd get the grade boost. And, with that like being out of the question, like I just feel like I could get by with like minimal work or pretty much like just doing almost no work at all and just be fine. Like it's not gonna make a difference between like that and like a person who's working like nonstop at home. Like I don't know. I feel like you should be rewarded for your hard work. And like once they take that away, like the destroys the whole point of working hard. Like, you're not going to do it for no reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only reason I could see like people still wanting to like work as hard as they have been is probably their parents like pushing them, or like, because I doubt anyone at our age has like any personal standards for themselves to work as hard as they can.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're all just trying to have fun, even in quarantine. Like, we're not really trying to do too much work.
It's
Yeah.
like beef.
And just to add on kind of to what you said, I think the part about like wanting to do your work, like, you know, sometimes you're like you're in a good, this is a weird metaphor, but sometimes you're in a like a good mood and you like want to do like, let's say, a chore or something, right? So you'll start that chore and then all of a sudden like your parent walks in and it's like, you better do the, you know, this chore in like 5 minutes, and then it's like you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you're trying to do something good, like to, you know, like to please your parents or whatever, but now it's like, now it's a requirement, so now it's like you don't want to do it, and it's like it takes away from like the pride, like once you finish it, and just it couldn't be enjoyable sometimes. Like sometimes chores are stress relieving in a way. So I think when the quarter like this is pass or fail and it's the last quarter, it makes it harder for students to, like, I guess, want to do their work, because they know that you know, they could just get by and it'll be the same result as for someone in like a higher AP class or with a better grade, because it's pass or fail. So they, you know, you might get like, let's say, 10 assignments and do half of them, and then, you know, someone else might do all of the assignments, but you're basically, you know, it's still the same result in the end. So it does, I think it takes a toll on the harder working students. So I feel bad for all those guys, but yeah, it's it's going to be a struggle for the rest of the year, I think. So let's go to are teachers assigning too much work?
I don't think actually that they're assigning like that much work compared to like an actual school day where you go to school, you have classwork, and then there's block days and charging time and there's tests. I don't think they're assigning that much. Well, in my own experience, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a mix of both. I mean, it depends on classes too, and that's really what it comes down to. Personally, probably for my hardest classes, that's when I've gotten a lot of work. But apart from that, it's really not as much. And I think they do a good time, like giving us like time to actually do it, like probably 2 or 3 days before you can turn it in. I think that helps too.
Yeah. I guess in the beginning, I think they were sending more work, but then I think it was kind of funny. I think our principal actually sent out an email to us and teachers saying, like, teachers, stop giving students all this work.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty noble, honestly, because he has a kid and he goes to the school as well. He's a sophomore. So I think he understands how like stressful it is on students, and him being as a parent and a principal, I imagine it's you know, it must take a toll on him as well. So he probably gets a bit more insight to what it's like for a student than the rest of the teachers. But yeah, Andrew, did you have anything else?
The work's definitely not like crazy overwhelming, but I feel like you still, like, especially for juniors, like, you still pretty much got to be on top of it or else you're gonna fall behind. Like,
Yeah.
that was pretty much a given from the get-go. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Another announcement that we got during quarantine, and I think this was sent out via email, or maybe it was in articles as well, or it definitely was, but I don't know which came first. How do we feel about the no requirement for the SAT and ACT for college applicants?
That one, it was I had mixed feelings about that, dude. Honestly, it's like I don't want to take the SAT, but then again, I really need it. So I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, there's a lot of things going on in my head right now.
Yeah.
I have. Wait, sorry, were you going?
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Okay, so I have really mixed feelings about it because there are a lot of people that took SAT courses online and like out of school, like I did, and like it was a lot of money. And to like now they're saying that it's not required, like that just sucks because like there are a lot of people that spent like thousands of dollars to like practice on their SATs, and there are people that already like pay like a lot of money to take the SAT already, and then now to hear that like it's taken away, it's just like it sucks, and it also lowers the bar down because the playing field now is like it all depends on your extracurriculars,
And your essay.
your essay, your GPA, and like the SAT is what sometimes for some colleges made you stand out, and it might have given you a better chance to get into the college that you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like, I agree a lot with Chris. Like, it's pretty much like lowering the standard for a lot of students, but it's obviously meant for like a good cause and like, trying to prevent the spread of, COVID-19. But like, I feel like it's somewhat relieving for like maybe the people who were like scared to take it, but for the people who actually like worked hard for it and like tried to, prepare themselves to like actually take it in hopes of like doing really well on it, like you're just giving them a big like middle finger to the face. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term I'd use. I don't know why that came in my head, but yeah, I think you know what I was trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with all of you guys, really. And I agree with Andrew in the fact that this is obviously all for a good cause. It's not just like they would have taken this away from anybody. I think for some students it meant a little bit more because they would be prepared to take the SAT and ACT multiple times, whereas other students they hadn't really thought about it even in junior year, like towards the end of junior year. But they knew that it was a requirement and that it was going to be coming up eventually. So I guess for some people, it's like kind of like a weight lifted off of their shoulders. Like, oh, this is not something that I need to think about, but it's just something that like I knew I would have had to do. If all this stuff hadn't happened. So I guess it's a little bittersweet in a way that it's kind of like I don't know. It's hard to explain really because you feel bad for like the other people that did have to take this, and that was like their way either into college, or maybe that's like the reason they got rejected from one school. For us, it's not going to be a requirement anymore. So it's a little bittersweet.
Yeah.
And also, I think, like for the people that took it in the past, it's kind of like an unfair advantage that we have personally.
Yeah.
It's like they really had to work hard to get into these colleges, and what if we just get in because of like, essays? That's all, just essays.
Essays and extracurriculars are going to be probably the big factors in
Right.
in applying.
But it's probably you pay like 20% into that, but the rest is just
right.
what you do as a
Yeah.
person.
Right. Anything else from anyone about SAT, ACT? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this one's a little bit more personal. What do we miss most about the outside world?
Women. I'm just playing.
dude, oh my god.
No, I'm playing.
Uh,
You want to go
We're
first?
not playing.
That's a good one.
What I think I miss the most is just social contact. Like not like through social media, but like just like, you know, being able to see people, see your friends, have that daily contact with your friends. Being able to go outside, because like even though you can like still go outside, take a walk, I heard that like now the virus can like spread through the air now, and that's scary. And like, yeah, that's basically what I miss most.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I was reminded again when Chris said daily contact. That there was a part of me that wanted to go daily contact.
Basically.
I don't know, but
The only dapping up people is what I miss.
yeah, I don't know. Just being able to go through the halls, see like some dude that like I'm cool with, and then just, especially when it's like the loud clap that like the whole hallway hears.
Yeah, when it makes the pop.
Those are the best.
Sir.
Yeah, on the road, like yeah, I do actually miss like just being able to see all the homies and like just being honestly just being able to like hang out with them pretty much whenever. Like if I would just like let my parents know where I'm about to be and like you know it'd be fine to roll with them and I just miss like that freedom, you know, and
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with, again, I agree with all that. Um, it feels like, you know, this is like a prison, really. And it's like, you know, like you said, there's you know, you miss the feeling of being able to be free. And, um, you know, it's like now I can't even, like, I used to, you know, like walk down to the park that's like not too far from my house. And it's like, you know, now I can't do that without, you know, feeling like I need to wear like a mask or feeling like, you know, I need to be worried at all times or because it's, you know, this is something that's growing incredibly fast and it's something that is going to last like for a long time. So if I were to, you know, just say one thing that I miss the most, it'd be, I mean, I was going to say everything, but if it was something I miss the most, it's just the ability to feel free and feel like I'm not trapped, really. Anybody else have anything about that?
I'll say like interaction with people. But I feel like just being inside, you can't really share your feelings like you would when you're outside with people. And I feel like for people that really like are very outgoing, that's something like I'm very outgoing. So like just sitting in a house is not really fun for me. I can't like talk to my friends about stuff. I can't really like, you know, go have fun with them, you know. It's frustrating, honestly. Really
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah,
So I
because
think
eventually you run out of computer games to play with your friends online. So
I don't even play computer games. All I do is sleep and Netflix.
you got some good like Netflix suggestions or like shows.
Shameless.
I mean,
Come on, I know y'all got something.
I've been making videos, dude. That's how I've been.
Shameless.
That was actually my next question. So I guess I'll just bring it up now. How are we able to keep entertained?
Uh, I think sleeping has been a huge part of what I do because like as students we don't have that time to ourselves where we can just like get in our zone and actually like think and reflect of who we are and like just have like that interaction. Sleeping 12 hours a day is amazing. It's a lot of oh my god. Apart from that, I think cooking has been a huge part too. Because I've been in the kitchen, you know, hungry, stir up something, and that also helps like connecting with my family because like cooking, so like just helping connect with them and talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Lastly, I think working out has been also a huge part. Just take care of your body, just get in that right state of mind. Actually, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
That was good answers.
How I pass the time at home, usually it's either I'm on FaceTime with one of my friends and we play video games or those like online computer games at night. What I've been doing also is I've been like reading books. I've been also rewatching old TV shows and movies. Um, and cooking, talking. That's basically it. That's all that's really to do at home for me.
I personally have become addicted to TikTok and have like a nonstop grind to, have this whole like, oh, you're famous now. Nah, it's not really about that. It's just, I don't know, the whole social media is like, you check like your time on your iPhone nowadays, it goes up like by, like 60%. I think last week, not during spring break, it's probably even worse now. It was like maybe 11 hours a day, like on your phone. Like imagine that, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Really?
because you think about it, it's like, you're basically awake for, half the day. And then like Paul said, you sleep for another 12 hours. So, um, I guess just besides that, for entertainment, I really just being with family really, and being able to, I guess, have more quality time with them. But I think my family's not annoying, but it gets annoying. Being in the same house, seeing the same people every single day, and doing the same agenda every single day. So you do have to find ways to keep entertained, and so far I think I've been okay with that.
Yeah.
Facts. I agree with that.
Andrew, do you wanna?
The thing with me, like, I surprisingly haven't been on TikTok that much. Like, I'm kind of surprised. Like, I've just been finding a lot of other like more entertaining like things to do. Like, I I don't know. I've been on Netflix. I'm about to finish All American because there's a lot of hype behind it, and like it's pretty good. Like, I think I'm about to finish season 2 like tomorrow, I think, something like that. But there's that. I've actually been like shooting basketball in my backyard a lot more. Like, just kind of tweaking my shot. And when quarantine's over, I'm gonna be balling on some fools. So there's that. um, what else? I've been playing 2K, Minecraft, and lately sometimes.
Yes.
Huh?
Minecraft is a big yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been. In fact, I'm supposed to play later today with the boys on like this world we have, but there's that. I'm playing my ukulele a little bit. Like, you guys already know about that. Viewers might not, but I don't care. I don't know. Sleep, listening to music. The Baby's album was kind of trash. I didn't like it.
Oh,
Um,
I haven't listened yet.
yeah, it's not all that. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
nice. This one, I think I have just a couple more questions about the whole, like the government and how they've dealt with this. Because so we weren't put on like lockdown specifically, but it was the term here is sheltering in place, right? Um, but not a lot of people know what that means, and I think there's like a correct definition, and then some people get like the wrong idea. So my question is, does sheltering in place mean always staying inside your house? Like, you can't like go out and even like, take a walk or like the essentials are okay, but does sheltering in place mean like besides that, always staying in your house?
I think for the most part, yes, but like you said, essentials like getting food, like if you need to go to the hospital, then yes. Medical purposes, yes. Medicine, like that. But otherwise, like staying home, I guess you can go in your neighborhood and walk around, but that to me, definition is just, yeah.
Kind of agreeing with Chris on that. Like, if we're really trying like this hard to stop the spread, like we should be like as a collective, like we should all be trying our best to prevent, like, going out, like going out like when it's not like necessary. And I know like it's hard like just to be inside like the whole day, but it's not like you're the only one. Like everyone else has to deal with it too. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I've gone on like I've gone outside a couple times, and it's you know it's kind of cool to get like a little bit of fresh air, like go outside the house, but you know just make sure you're being safe. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah, I agree with both Chris and Andrew. Just don't go out if you don't need to. Only if you need like necessities. But apart from that, everyone's trying to get through this. We're all in this together.
I guess I agree with all that. Really, um, it just gets to the point though where it's like it's annoying seeing like people like still posting about like, oh, I'm with these friends today and we're outside and doing whatever. Um, because then it's like, one, it's dumb, first of all, and then two, it's dangerous. But and three, it's it makes the other people feel like, oh, why can't we? So the for the young people like us, I would just recommend for everybody just to kind of chill and realize that while this may not, while the coronavirus may not affect you guys, if you do catch it, um, like when you do go outside, because there's never going to be like 0% risk of getting it. Um, you should just be careful and do your best to social distance. I know that's like a big thing. It's like been talked about and whatever. And it's gotten so big that it's kind of a meme now, which is also
Yeah.
annoying because it's like it should
Yeah.
be taken seriously. But yeah, just really just stay safe and use common sense.
How has quarantine like helped you as a person? Like, what have you learned about yourself while in quarantine?
I think it's like helped me. Like I've been able to like be more like, not that I wasn't responsible, but like I was able to like keep my room cleaner than before when I was at school. Because like at school, I wouldn't have time. There was like homework, rush, test, studying, and I didn't have time to look after my room. Now, like every week, every Friday, I'm cleaning my room, changing my bed. Um, I'm able to have more free time, I guess. I get to do everything on my own schedule where it's comfortable for me. Like especially if there's homework, I don't have to rush to do it. I can just do it whenever like it's better for me, and I can do it on my own time schedule.
I feel like the biggest thing I learned about being in shelter in place, like, the biggest thing I learned about myself is like as a person, like by myself, I'm not very disciplined, like just self-disciplined at all. Like especially when there's no real like standard or like no one's really expecting me to do anything. Like I'm just home. Like the only real like legal obligation I have is just work, school, and besides that, like I'm usually waking up pretty late. I think I woke up around like 11 or 12 today, and like I mean, which it's not bad to get a lot of sleep, but like I think by myself, like when there's not a lot of people like trying to like check in on me or like see how I'm doing or like make sure I'm like working hard, like I'm not very like disciplined to like do so, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's anything I've learned about myself during quarantine, I guess it's that when I'm motivated, I can get stuff done. Because during school, there will be times where it's just like, I feel like, I just feel like giving up, really. And you know, um, in quarantine, I've been able like to, put out videos. I've been able to, start something like this that I hope goes, decently far. Um, But what I mean by that is, when I set my mind to something, and I have like an idea in my head about like, how I'm gonna get it done, when I'm gonna get it done, and like maybe who I'm gonna do it with. Um, Usually I'm able to profit from that and put out either come up with like a pretty good result, or something that's able like to at least satisfy like what I wanted to accomplish. Like during school, there will be times like maybe I have like a ton of homework, and I just know that like I already know that I'm gonna get it done at like 1 in the morning. But even when I do know that, like it still makes me like not want to do my homework. um, like I'll be up like I think Jesus this year. It's been like maybe I've pulled one all nighter. I can't remember exactly. I'm sure it was at least one. Uh, but yeah, I think I've learned to be more motivated, and learned that I can do it during school too, not just in quarantine.
Yeah, I've learned to be more appreciative about the things I have and like the people around me. Um, if you think about it, there's some people in this world that like quarantine is like there's some people that live through this, and like if you think about it, like places where there's war, people can do this for like have to go through this for like months and months and months. While we're here, like we're free, we can go anywhere we want, we can interact with each other. Then again, they don't have that same opportunity that we have. And I think for me, I've kind of seen through that and be like more appreciative of what I have personally and the bonds I have with the people around me. I think that's helped me like build who I am, my character as a person. Um, but yeah,
That is pretty much all the time that we have, I think. Yeah, I think that went about 40 minutes, I'm pretty sure, with the two recordings.
Yeah.
Um, so I appreciate you guys doing this with me again. And Chris, I hope that this was a good experience for your first time. Hopefully we can have you back for some more.
Yes, sir.
Any closing statements or thoughts or anything?
Paul said in the last
Um,
video, use condom.
Yep, that was Paul's quote.
use condoms.
keep things simple. Don't overcomplicate things in your life. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Appreciate the things that you have, because one day things can change like this.
Facts.
We'll get out of this.
The world is uncertain. Your future is uncertain. Make the most of it.
Very true. Yeah, the sun could just engulf us one day and we wouldn't even know it, really. It happens so fast.
Exactly.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
All right, cool. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next time.